Okay.
Okay. Start.
Let's review the clone and template options again in this session. Last session, we are not covered completely on clone and template option. Let's understand the clone and template and deep. Where we can use the clone very effectively in day-to-day administration. For example, my vCenter server is only one server is available for my environment. So if the vCenter is down for certain reason, we need to troubleshoot to bring the server online. Meanwhile, what we can do is whenever it is a server is completely working condition, there is no issues or anything kind of thing, we are going to create a clone. So that what will happen is clone, we know that it is an exact copy, similar copy. So for example, after certain days, whatever the vCenter server, management server is not working for some reason and not in a position to troubleshoot, the server is not coming online, even whatever the actions we are going to perform. During such scenarios, if we have a clone copy, clone is not the exact copy. So whatever the clone is there in my environment, it is a management server. We need to bring the server online as much as quickly so that I can perform management actions. If you create a clone and keep it as a server name as a VC backup, just try to right click and clone a vCenter server. I can keep certain important servers as a backup for quick restore. We know what is a backup. Okay, if the tape backup is available, backup media is available, the backup team is going to perform clone backup of the respective system. But here in the backup media, to restore a server from the backup media to the environment, it may take a couple of hours as per the size of the server. If it is the server backup, it is an important server for my VMware environment, so it is my convenience so to keep one server as a backup. So in that scenario, what I'm going to do is it is an important server, so it's a vCenter server. So it would be better to keep a backup copy in my environment so that if live server is having some issue, I can shut down that particular server and bring back that backup server online so that I can restore the server very quickly and management servers function as usual. Let's see how I'm going to create a clone. We know that clone is nothing but it is going to create a snapshot with a freeze guest file system option. It is going to create a temporary snapshot to copy the exact entire server. Sorry. So entire server as a copy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a clone and going to give it a name. What I'm going to go vCenter backup or vCenter backup underscore backup certain date. vCenter underscore certain backup. I'm not going to create just now. I'm going to show you how to create. What is the name we are going to give? What? Okay. So this is a way we can keep the server as a backup media. To understand how to keep the server as a backup, keep go on mute, please. It is going echo. It's getting echo. It's getting echo. Arpit, please go on more mute. Srini, yes, thank you. Okay. The importance of the clone is nothing but it is exact copy. We should not use a server without using both the servers are online. Make sure whatever the server you are going to clone, keep it aside as a backup purpose. Important point is it requires a space exact same size of the space on the data store. So whatever the important server, if you have a backup media, that is fine. But backup media from the backup media to restore a server, it is going to take a time to restore the server. If the same server having a backup on local media, that is on vCenter server or one of the data center, I can quickly restore the VM. Okay, I can quickly restore the VM by powering on. Here, important question, for example, vCenter server is down. We completed the clone option. The backup server is there and one of the ESXi host. How we are going to power on if vCenter server is down, my vCenter server with the vCenter server is not coming online, I cannot connect to vCenter server. Okay, so what I need to do? So we need to make sure whatever the backup is there, that backup on which ESXi host is there. We need to note down and we need to connect that ESXi host directly and power on the respective VM. We know that if the vCenter is down, we are not in a position to connect vCenter server. So how to power on the respective backup VM, backup vCenter? So simply, we are going to connect respective ESXi host directly to through VC client or web client, and then power on the respective vCenter backup server. We need to make sure at the same time we need to make sure that live server is in power off state, because the IP address should not get conflict and name should not get conflict in the environment. Why we created a clone? It is a backup purpose. Okay, this is a clone, important clone function. In other cases where we are going to use a clone, for example, one server is there. I need to use that server as a template. That server is running, application is working fine, my voice is everything configured properly, everything is set up properly. Now it's my responsibility to create a deploy multiple servers from the same image. For example, finance system. There one finance system is there, and that same finance system, I need to deploy similar system, similar configuration, similar application. I need to deploy 10 more virtual machines. So what I can do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a clone for that VM. Cancel here. This is a way of creating a clone process for backup. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a template. To create a template, what I need to do first? I need to create a clone first. Whatever the image is ready with a complete information, complete configuration, that server I need to select. And once the server is selected, first step before converting to template, before deploying multiple servers, what is the prerequisite is I need to select a working server with all configuration is in place. Select that server, create a clone. For example, I'm going to select one of the server, say DB server. My DB server is there. What I need to do to connect a DB server, the same DB server, there are multiple components. Like I need to install OS. Installing OS, it takes time. Once install OS is done, updates. After updates is done, I need to configure the application. Application install again, it is going to take much time. Okay, the same configuration, same server, I'm going to deploy for multiple purpose, multiple environments, or multiple users, multiple application purpose. So what I'm going to do is before configuring, for example, DB is there, DB server is there, that name is there, instance is there, everything will be there. Without database, all things are configured properly. The same DB server I need for some other applications. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a clone. Right click, go to clone. Once the clone is done, we know how to create a clone. Once clone is done, what it is going to happen, we are going to give a name, DB server. Okay, DB server clone. Whatever the name you are going to give, it's up to you. Clone. Once clone is done, it is going to create a new virtual machine. Clone is nothing but it is going to exact copy. Okay. Now my intention, my purpose of this to create this VM is I need to deploy multiple servers by using this image. That's the purpose I'm creating a clone. What is clone is going to happen? It is going to create a snapshot at the background and copy that image and create a new virtual machine with the same name. Okay. I'm not going to create now. It is going to take time just explaining what is my intention. Okay. Like this, I'm going to select Click next. I'm going to save that file to create a virtual machine. I need to choose a ESXi host, right? I'm going to choose the ESXi host. Click next. Select whatever the ESXi host. It is free. We can select that ESXi host. We are not going to power on this VM. Let's see. Let's proceed next. Whatever the data stores free is there, because we need to identify how much clone. Clone is nothing but exact copy. Now, whatever the size is there, existing server, we need to make sure same size, free space available and respective data store. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select the data store where the free space is available. Click next. That's it. We click next. It is going to start the copy. We are not going to power on the server. Okay, click next. This is a way of creating a clone. Don't click finish. Okay, this is a way we are going to select a clone. We already created one more virtual machine by clone process. Let's understand what are the things we are going to do on that server. Okay, once it is a clone initiated, what it is going to do, it is going to create a snapshot on the server, and with the help of quiz snapshot, quiz file system, that we know the snapshot, how to create a snapshot. In the snapshot, there is a checkbox is available, please snapshot. So that with that, it is going to copy exact copy without missing any data on the server. So exact image will be ready. The clone server is ready. Now, I need to use this server to deploy multiple servers. Click cancel. We have one server is already there, which we created for the clone purpose. Let's use this Windows 2008 R2. Okay, open this, select Windows. What is this? Update VM. Have you completed anything on that? We are going to run Sysprep on that server and convert to template.
This one, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
we can do it.
Anything installed on that?
No.
Okay. We will use this server. Okay. What we are going to do is, we created a clone. The clone is ready. Now we are going to use this server for the deployment of multiple servers. To deploy multiple servers, we need to do some prerequisite is, what is that prerequisite? We need to make sure there is no unique name. Whatever the name, once you create a clone, what will happen? It is going to exact copy of the server. So it is going to have the IP address, it is going to have the name, and some unique identifications will be there on the server. We need to remove those unique identifications. Once we are going to use the same server for multiple images, multiple servers. If I'm going to deploy multiple servers, what will happen? The same name, same IP address, everything will be there on all servers. It is going to create a complex task to remove and add it again, all those actions. It is going to create more problem. So we are, for existing server, whatever the server is completely ready, that server is going to have an IP address, that server is going to have a name, and if you do clone, it is going to be exact copy, right? Once if you convert to template, if I'm deploying multiple servers by using the same server, all servers are going to get the same name, same IP, same ID, GUID, and all those things. To avoid these conflicts, what I'm going to do is, there is an option Sysprep. Sysprep, what it is going to do, it is going to generalize, it is going to remove all unique identifications. Let's do it. Let's power on the server. Before converting to template, we need to use the sysprep command. This is for Windows servers. If it is a Linux servers, Linux teams, Linux administrators may know what is the process, what is how to avoid duplicates and all those things. But clone and converting to template, before cloning and converting template, we need to remove unique identifications like server name. If any server name is there, we need to remove the server name. So that sysprep, what it is going to do, it is going to remove all unique identifications and start with fresh installation, fresh configuration. Let's see what this configuration is going to do. Sysprep, how to execute Sysprep. Before converting to template, I need to execute Sysprep on Windows servers. Make sure before creating a template, what is a template? To create a template, first I should have an image. How to create that image? I'm going to select a working server, which is all configurations are in place. I'm going to select that server. I'm going to complete the clone option. Once clone is there, what I'm going to do, before powering on the server, I need to make sure network setting is disabled. Make sure network is disabled. I created a clone from this working server. Go to edit settings. Make sure before cloning server to power on, we need to make sure remove this network adapter, remove network setting, network, and remove the checkbox. Connect to power on. Connect. No, 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 no. Yes. Just unplug the network card. That's more than enough. Remove the second checkbox also, so that it is not going to conflict with live server. If you are not going to remove this network connection option, what will happen? It is going to communicate, it is going to give a conflict with the existing server. So we need to make sure whenever you are going to power on the clone server, make sure the network card is disconnected state. Okay, click OK. And we connected to console, we powered on the server, the clone server we powered on. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to execute Sysprep to generalize the system's configuration. Okay, close the DB server. Yes. Now, how to execute Sysprep? Go to command prompt or go to run. Just type Sysprep in run or command prompt. It is going to prompt you a screen. Sysprep. Just execute Sysprep. If you are executing this Sysprep from command prompt, no, go to run only. You have to go to that path so that it will execute. Go to run, Sysprep. You have the file in system, Windows System 32. Okay, right click on Sysprep, run as an administrator. Let's understand these options here. Here, what we are going to do is, we are going to use this clone image for creating a template. Why we are going to create a template? To deploy multiple servers. So what we are going to do, whatever the server we selected and we created as a clone, that clone, the server, we are going to make it as a template. Okay, how to create a template? Before creating a template, before converting to template, what we need to do, we need to execute Sysprep to avoid conflicts of system name, unique identification, IP address, and all those things. For that's the reason we are executing Sysprep on this image. So how to execute? There is a checkbox is available, generalize. Okay, select generalize checkbox and the shutdown option. Here, important thing is that this server should not come online. Before converting to template, what I'm going to do, this Sysprep is going to execute two phases. Okay, the first phase, it is going to remove all unique identification. The second phase, it is going to start the server as a fresh image. Fresh image in the sense, everything configuration will be there. Only it is going to ask new administrator password, a new server name, new IP, and all those things. So what I need to do, I need to choose a shutdown option as a not reboot. Need to select as a shutdown. Okay, drop down that shutdown options. See here, shutdown. What will happen? It is going to execute all this first phase of a process of Sysprep. that it is going to remove all unique information from the server, like server name, all those things. Okay. Once you execute this, it is going to complete by removing all the components and shut down the server. Now, this image is ready to convert to template, use for the template, okay, to deploy multiple servers. If I do clone, it is going to be exact copy. What purpose I'm going to create a clone? I created a clone for one particular server, which is important server, to keep as a backup. Now I'm using the same clone option to create a template. Before creating a template, I need to execute Sysprep on the server. I need to make sure choose generalize option and choose shutdown option and click OK. Click OK to execute this Sysprep execution. Generally, what will happen generally in environment, most of the scenarios, without executing this Sysprep, if they deploy a server from this particular server, they are trying to add to domain. What will happen? The domain is going to have some object ID. What will happen? The server, whatever the servers we use to deploy from the same template, all those servers having an issue to login issues or out of the domain. Frequently, it is going to out of the domain because there is an object conflict, the unique identity conflict with the AD object, due to which the server keeps on coming offline or coming out of the domain. We'll get a tickets, incident ticket site. The server is not accessible. Why? Because the server is not able to log in. Why? Because the conflict, the whatever the conflict is there with the AD object, the server will come out of the domain, due to which the user or the application is not in a position to function. To avoid these issues, we need to execute Syprep before joining to domain. If you are not sure if the server is created from template which already executed Syprep, it is always advisable to execute Syprep before joining to domain. Without executing Syprep, if you to join to domain, it is going to create a problem because the same unique identity ID will be there on an AD object. It is going to create a conflict, due to which only one server will be there on the domain. The other servers will keep on coming out of the domain. Users not in a position to log in. Okay, so we here as an engineer, VMware administrator, what we are going to do is that particular server we are going to convert it as a template. We need to make sure that server is converted properly by executing Sysprep, and I'm going to update the name of the template as Sysprep executed. This is a DB server. What is the template? This is a template for DB server. What are the application? What are the OS? I'm going to mention everything in the template name itself, like server. If it is only Windows Server updates installed up to this March 2020 and Sysprep executed. We need to denote some naming convention to understand properly, so that whoever using this template to deploy servers, they can get understand, oh, this server is up to this update, so I can use this template like that. If it is a DB server, what I'm going to do is server DB server Windows 2008 OS 2008 R2 DB Sysprep executed, like some denotation to before converting to template, so that the server can be used for multiple deployments. Now server is down. Close this icon. Yes. Now go to vCenter server. Now server is down. Now I'm going to rename this server as a whatever the understanding you have. Like for example, this server is just Windows 2008 R2. I'm going to rename this server. Let's do it. Right click, rename. Yeah, provide the name, certain name, like 2000 Win 2008, Win 2K8, Win 2K8, Sysprep, done. SYS, Sysprep, that's it. That in the sense, this is a Windows 2008 R2 server. and Sysprep executed. So now it's ready. The server is ready to deploy for multiple servers. If I'm going to copy, if I do clone copy, what will happen? I can use it like this only. I can keep the server, I can create a clone and deploy, no issues. That's fine. But what's the template advantage? I can deploy multiple servers. It is non-editable configuration. I cannot power on the server. I cannot power on the server. If I use this clone option, I can do configuration changes. If I convert to template, I'm not going to get any option to work on this modifications. Let's do how to create a template. Okay, what we did first, we created a clone. Once clone is done, the clone we executed the sysprep. Once sysprep generalize is option is done, then I am going to convert to template. Okay, right click on the server. If you want to provide more information on this template, there is an option provide a notes option is there. Okay, yeah, we can add a notes information for this particular VM. Select ESXi host, vCenter server, production cluster, go to virtual machine tab, virtual machines tab. Yes, right click on this particular server, Sysprep, right click. Here, there is an option called notes, edit notes. See here, there is an option called edit notes. Edit notes. Yes. Instead of changing the server name, I can provide more information on this edit notes. What it is going to provide, this information will be there for each deployment. You can mention, this is a Windows 2008 R2 server and DB installed and Windows up to 2000 March 2020. What are the information you want? When you created this lamp when you created a sysprep, all those information you can provide this information in this particular nodes so that it will be there with the server. Whatever the server it is going to deploy, that server is going to get the same information so that they can understand on which server this template is deployed and all those things. Okay. Right click on, see, click on right click, edit nodes. This nodes information you can update what are the information you required. Where to see this nodes information? Cancel here. Right click on the bar. The name, state, and status is there, right? Right click on that. Name, state. Right click on that. There different options. What information it has to view here. What I'm going to select here, I can choose the nodes tab. Nodes information is already there. I can choose the IP address tab so that it is going to display what is the IP information of the each server. So where to select nodes for C, move this, maximize the window and see what's the node information. See, whatever the nodes is there, it is going to display over the here, that respective server. I can update the server information as per the nodes information. I can refer the nodes tab to get the some information, additional information about this respective server. I can provide for any server. This nodes information is very useful to provide certain information. Who is the server owner? Who is the contact person to get a reboot approval, or all those things we can update over here. Now come back to the server. What I'm going to do, this is a sysprep installed. I'm updated in the notes tab. Okay. Now I'm going to convert this server as a template. Right click on the server. See, clone to template. Clone to template again, what it is going to do, before converting to template, again it is going to take a clone and convert to template. Or else I did already, clone is done. No need to create a clone. Now my intention is to only deploy template, convert to template. Okay, convert to template. If I want to do a clone and then template, I can do that also. What it is going to do, clone in the sense, but it is first, it is going to create a start clone process. Okay, first it is going to create a clone process. Again, the same thing. create a new virtual machine. The clone option, how it is goes, it asks for new virtual machine name, and it is going to ask for ESXi host, data store, and all those things. The clone process. Once clone process is done, then it is going to convert to template. Now we did already, we created a clone, the server is ready. Now we are going to convert to template. So clone to template, convert to template. You might understand clearly what is clone to template, what is convert to template. Now select convert to template. As soon as we create convert to template, what will happen? This server will convert to template. See, the icon representation changes. What is the icon representation? Virtual machine is in power on state, power off state. Here in the virtual machine tab, you can see the template. Okay, icon representation. If the arrow mark is there, that is in power on state. If it is normal state, that is in power off state. What is the template? Can I power on this template? I cannot power on. Can I edit? Right click on the edit template. Can I get edit settings? See here. Can I get edit option? No option to edit. Now I can use this template to deploy. I can convert to virtual machine. I can deploy virtual machine from this template. Okay, all the actions are coming in picture. Now, what is the files for template? We know that VMX file will be there. For normal, we go to the respective folder where this data store and see what is the file name. ESXi host. Go to ESXi host, browse data store. Virtual machines tab. First virtual machines tab. Okay. Now go to configuration. Storage. Browse data store. Select anyone. Browse data store. We'll see that file is there or not. How the template is there. That update VM is there, right? And this is update VM. Okay. Select that update VM. See here, you can notice that is the server. This is not the server. VMX file. Where is the VMX file? Okay, VMX file is there. See here, for normal virtual machine, the VMX file will be VMX. Now it is a template. We converted as a template. Now see that template VM. It is type of the VM. It is updated as a template VM. Yes. See here, what is the type of that? Template VM. That server, the naming convention, what are the normal virtual machine file .vmx. Now it is showing as a vmtx. That in the sense, this particular server is a template server. Even it is going to show as a type, it is showing as a template VM. Now this particular server is ready to deploy for all the deployments. What are the same, if you want same image, I can deploy from this server. How to deploy servers from this image. Okay, you can understand the virtual machine files. What is VMX? What is VMTX? VMTX is nothing but a configuration file for the template. Okay, close this and come back and deploy. Now I am ready to deploy servers from this particular template. Now to view this template, can I view this template from host and clusters view? To view this template, I need to go for the inventory option, VM and templates. To view the templates, where I need to go to inventory, and choose VM and templates option. Inventor, choose VM and templates. Yes. So that it is going to visible all VMs list. Expand the list. See here, it is visible the template. You can understand what is a virtual machine icon, what is power of virtual machine icon, how the template is going to look like. Now I'm going to deploy a server from by using the template. Okay, deploying a server from clone is different. Deploying server is different. Okay, now I'm going to deploy a server from template. Let's do it. Right click on this template. Deploy from template. What are the options are available? I can create a clone. I can create a clone, convert to virtual machine, or deploy virtual machine from template. I can do any action. Now my intention is I'm going to create multiple servers by using the same server, by same image. Okay. Now deploy virtual machine from this template. Yes. Where this template is available, this is, we call it as a template. I'm going to use this template to deploy multiple virtual machines. Again, the same configuration. How we are going to create a clone, the same options are going to come. So give the server name. Now I'm going to create a new server for the web server DB application. Server DB2. Just mention DB2, DB server 2 or DB2, whatever it may be. I'm going to use the different functions, right? The same server configuration, same operating system, same DB configuration, not DB configuration, DB installation. What I'm going to save by using this template, I'm going to save the time, like installing Windows 2008 R to take some time. Installing Windows 2008 R to SQL database, it is going to take some time. Once both the components are installed, I'm going to convert it to template. By using the template, I'm creating multiple DB servers. That's my intention. Okay, so proceed next. Select the data center. Proceed next. The same, while creating a new VM, what are the options are going to come? The same options are going to come. Select production. Select what are the EXS, wherever you want to deploy, you can choose that. Okay, no problem. Click next. Data store. Next, selecting data store, we need to make sure sufficient free space is available on the data store and proceed next. Okay, because we are going to create a template, deploy from template. Whatever the template is configured, what are the sizes there on the template, the same server is going to come online. Click next. That's it. So what are the server? I'm going to use the template to deploy. Name what server I'm going to create, on which cluster I'm going to deploy. All those things comes in picture. I'm going to ready to deploy the server, new server creation. Okay, this is a way I can create multiple servers. Click finish. Let's create the server. Now again, right click on the server, right click on the template, right click on the template. See here, the thing is that if you are using a clone option, you can deploy only one server at a time. If you are going to deploy a server from template, I can deploy multiple images irrespective. Parallel operations are possible. Okay, if it is a clone, I can deploy only one server at a time. One server I can copy only one time. One copy can be possible. If I'm going to deploy from template, I can deploy multiple servers at the same time. It is going to complete multiple servers at the same time. This same template, they are going to use auto deploy function. Auto deploy function in the sense, what are the servers? They are going to execute a script. They are going to select a template and deploy these many missions. The servers will deploy by using this template. Okay, this is a template. This is the advantage of template. How to use the clone, where to use template. Okay, now we are going to understand how to export a VM. Now we created a template where the server is going to store on the respective data store, respective VC. Now I need come out of this. Now what I need to do, the same server, I need to use a different vCenter server or a different place where I can use the same template. Okay, how I am going to use that function is called OVF, Open Virtualization Platform, OVF. So how to do that? how to export a VM for purpose of different places, different vCenter servers, or different environment, how to deploy. If I create a template, the template is available within this particular vCenter server. I cannot do any action for other vCenter servers by using the same template. So how to achieve this? How to export this VM for the use to use another vCenter server or another virtualization layer? That's we call it as a OVF. How to do that? To export a VM to OVF, that particular system should be in power off state. Okay, that system should be in power off state. Select a power off VM. In our case, Windows 2008 R2 is there. Select that power off VM. Yes. Now go to File in vCenter Server. This option is available again under vCenter Server only. This option is not available under. If you connect directly ESXi host, this option is not available. The OVF is only available whenever you connect vCenter server. Okay. Select the VM, click on File, not right click. Click on File. Click on File. Yes. Here, see, there is an option Export, Export, Export to OVF template. Select that export to OVF template. What it is going to do is, it is going to create a folder on our local system. Wherever you are connected the VC client, it is going to ask the space on the our folder. Which folder? Our C drive or D drive, wherever you connected the VC client, it is going to ask the path for local. How it is going to, till now we created a template on the same vCenter and it is going to store on the data store. Now OVF, what it is going to do, it is going to copy a file combination on local system so that one, it is going to be available as a file or folder so that I can copy wherever it's required, wherever I need this server, so that I can deploy from this particular OVF template. Now let's see how to do this. Okay, the name, what are the name? It is okay. Deploy, where to deploy? Give the path, select the browse, click on dot. Yes, I'm going to choose a path in my local system, somewhere wherever the free space is available, equal size of the free space. Okay, some folder so that it should have sufficient free space. See here, include image files attached to floppy CD drives in the OVF package. That in the sense that CD-ROM is there, CD copy is there, that those things are not required. I need only server. What is the server? My VMDK file, my configuration file, those information is fine. So that I'm going to unselect this checkbox. I'm not using floppy drive, I'm not using CD drive image here. Okay. Whatever the image is mounted here, for example, I mounted an ISO image to this particular server. I need that same copy on the destination also. I can select this checkbox. Okay. Now I'm not going to select. It is going to take time. Let's folder of files. Click OK. Click OK. So what it is going to do, it is going to export. Whatever the VM we selected, it is going to copy that content to the folder location. Which folder location? Wherever you connected this client, you connected from a desktop. If you connect this client from a system, it is going to copy that server to a folder file. That folder will be available. Okay. Once this copy is done, it is going to gives an option to deploy from OVF. Now there are two options to deploy servers from templates. One template is normal template, which is available within a vCenter server. The other template, I can deploy server from deploy OVF also. How to deploy? Minimize this, let it complete, minimize this. Once this copy is done, server is going to export. What I'm going to do, I'm going to connect a different vCenter server, different environment. There I'll connect to vCenter server. Now I need to deploy server from OVF template. Where to go? I need to select any vCenter server. Go to File. No need to select any object. Go to File. See here the option is Deploy OVF template. If you select Deploy OVF template, what it is going to give? Select Deploy OVF template. See, it is asking path. Where is the path? OVF template. Now we are exporting, right? That path, we saved some path. That path you can copy to wherever the destination location, okay, wherever this system is required. You are going to copy the file. Just a copy process, copy paste how you do in normal organization. The same way you are going to copy this content. Once that content is copied to destination folder, you are going to ready to deploy OVF template. So we need to choose the browse and choose the path. Select browse. There is a path we selected, right? Some place. Yes. It is not ready now. It is not available. Once the export is completed, you can see the file over here in this particular location. Or once OVF template, how to deploy the server from OVF template. This is a way you can deploy from OVF template. We know what is a normal template, what is a OVF template. OVF template is nothing but we can copy the image to local system, and that image copy, that file, it is just like a file folder. That folder we can copy to destination location wherever you are going to deploy a server from OVF template. Okay. Before to deploy, what is I need to do? I need to export. I need to export. Then only it is possible to deploy. There is no options available right straight away deploying. Okay. Now we understood the server, the VM, how to deploy from template, how to deploy a server from OVF. These two options templates are available in VMware in any kind of virtualization by default. Okay, the name may changes, but this is a process how to create a template. Okay, first we need to create a clone and template. This is respect to VC, respect to vCenter server within the organization. If the same image is required another place, there is no template is available, there is no right image is available to deploy servers, then we can use this OVF option. OVF, how to export, select the power of VM. Export option is only available for power off. Select the power on server. Select power on server. Go to file, export. See, that option is grayed out. So export OVF template is only possible for power off server. Okay. This is all about template and OVF template. Hope it is clear. If any doubt, we'll discuss in next session. Okay, take care. Bye.